Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I'm pleased to be your host within this trading recap slash diary for day two. We've seen Iran and Israel get after it, which is obviously quite unfortunate. So, for a theme on this Friday, we go to our hydrocarbons or oil stocks, and that was basically the majority of the day. We did have three news plays, which were semi-relevant throughout the day, but nothing groundbreaking, nothing going on, super ultra mega run, right? But to start the day, we'll just get into it. And you've seen, last night that war breakout, and that did happen after the market closed, right? So we've seen, after hours here and then pre-market this morning, um, just a complete launch up from 7, as high as 18, right? Which is actually quite crazy. It's a low float stock, so it moves pretty drastically at 25 million here to close the day. So it's much lower this morning, probably around 12 or something. So, really nice push right in the morning. Then it died down, but we can always play that reversal signal whenever anything makes a nice run in the morning, after hours, pre-market. Then it does see that cool down. We can play, that reversal signal here when the 21 and 50 EMAs cross. We want to pair that with the key level breakout. In this scenario, it will be the 200 EMA. You can see we break it and then hold it right here. That's really important when it breaks down here and then bounds back up off it. And then again here, and one more time here, finally here. So you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 super strong retests within this stock into open, which is great, making those higher lows and higher highs as we go. And then finally, we do pair that with, VWAP, which is even better. We break it, we retest trend here, and away we go up to that high of day for $20, even breaking the pre-market high by just a little bit for anyone who may have missed their exits. So that's always nice. And we see that break down and consolidate. And the fact that it's holding this level, consolidating here, is strong for continuation into next week. So we're definitely going to keep the hydrocarbon or oil stocks on our watch list. And you can see, that was the same theme all around, right? Indo, the same thing. Smaller market cap oil stock, massive gap up, then it runs, then it dies down. This hit the reversal after market open, pairing it with our key level 200. Trend reholds here, and then it launches up, but it's pretty weak. It can't hold VWAP for continuation or consolidation above, breaks down. Another reversal here, pairing that with the 200. Can't clear VWAP again, breaks down to retest it, and holds. And holds. So this is super strong here. The fact that it refuses to give up that 200, and then reclaims here for a run and just dies into after hours, but has made its way right back. So that's the thing about a lower market cap stock. It's going to have increased volatility, both within our moves upwards as well as downwards. So very important to maintain that risk, right? We also have Icon here for you to check out if you're unfamiliar with the low float oil stocks. Market cap here is hidden, oh well, but it's performing just like its brethren. Massive pump up, dies down, and consolidating here, and then just reclaiming VWAP now to maybe go on an after hours run. I'm no longer trading for the day. I'm off filming here, so but something we're gonna definitely keep our eyes on to close out the day and watch Monday for pre-market. USEG, again, more of the same, right? Not reclaiming really afterwards. And this looks like it's one of our trades for the day too. We might want to get into that did break down. So this is one of the losers for the day. Getting into it, we like it above VWAP here, setting our risk below the 200, and then we see these supports hold. So we identify this as our new stop, and we break that here into open and just, can forget about it for the rest of the day, as we don't want to get caught in the extended sell-offs. So that is a good example as to where risk management is so important, and even, you can call it a little bit preemptively too if you're not really feeling it, right? Aside from that, I think we did HUSA, right? This is the one that reclaimed and kind of went for us and then held, right? TPET broke down. Indo was really good, reclaimed, broke down but reclaimed. Then we talked about USEG, which broke down as well, and we had a failed trade here. And then Icon, as well as one we mentioned that's kind of like coming back at it now a little bit later. So those were our hydrocarbons for the day that are kind of established in our watch list. We did have some newer ones pop up as well. Now this is where we get into our day trades. So first up was AISH, and let's find this here. This must be on my bottom graph. And it is Friday, so as a general rule of thumb, we never want to overstay on a Friday. Typically, pump and dumps, sell-offs, specifically in the afternoon. So get a couple trades in, call it good, and go enjoy your weekend as well. So here we see on the volume scanner this morning, AIHS here. We get into it a little late, but we see, it kind of breaks VWAP, which is great, and we want to have that bar open above it. So we get this here, we're in it, tagged in, and then our stop is below this candle swing low, and we just scale it up to our 1-to-1, and then eventually we did get a 5-to-1 on that last. And for our levels, it's just like I explained last time, and I'm going to explain this over and over for you guys, and mostly myself, just to get an understanding of what's working, what's not working. So you see we get this level here from this rejection, and then I think we must be in the 4 hours. Yeah, okay, so our rejection point here, and then another here from the 4 hours. So those are our levels, and then our final one, if we could get there, was up here, right? Just marking out some levels of liquidity where the price rejects typically. And then those are going to translate for us intraday to the 1 minute chart or wherever we're at here. And, we can see some clear levels where we definitely want to be taking profits at. And then, if we get there, we get there on our runners, of course, right? So this was a really nice trade to start the morning. But because of how aggressive the sell-off was, and not only that, but new lows, right? It cements to me that I don't want to play a lot today. It's a Friday. It is dangerous out there. Look at this sell-off. That's disgusting. And then Toro, which was not a good trade for me. This was my second loss of the day. This is just like another oil company or maritime shipping company, I guess. Kind of moving with everything. It was a lot of hype, right? We see it going, right? We see volume start to come in. It's holding VWAP for the most part. We enter with our stop below this, what I thought was a liquidity grab, right? To try to reclaim it up, and it doesn't go. It just breaks down immediately. But we've predefined our risk. That's fine. We don't want to be in this underneath VWAP, and you can see it break down here. And we definitely would not want to be part of this extended sell-off, right? And that's, again, might be looking good at the time because, if we go back, this is what we see, right? And we're like, okay, this is looking good. It's going up. This bar's forming. And then this bar is green at the time. It opened up above VWAP, right? This bar opened at the top. So there was this big gap at the time below the candle and above VWAP. And that is another lesson that we should instill, is that you wait for that candle to close. Yes, you have to wait for that candle to close, because this was a false entry at the worst possible time, as it fakes me out and breaks me down almost immediately. But we manage our risk, so it's no worries. Now, this was the big winner of the day that I did not play at all. I'm not ashamed to say that. I mean, it's pretty jaded from these two plays earlier, right? Like it was a rough morning um, with three really risky plays, one of them working out, two of them not. So we see this just going to tear this morning, and it's like at this point I'm already saying I'm not chasing this, right? Looking at other things, but it does hold, for the sake of reviewing the stock, it held view up, right? Really nicely. You get expansion out, morning sell off, but again, you're holding view up, and you get that early morning cross of the 200 and view up, which is signifies continuation on maybe a multi-day. You get new highs here, which is crazy considering we started the day at $3 already. By morning we're at 20. Kind of sells off, but is like holding so well, not even testing the 200 until later on in the afternoon. Gets a second run into new highs, and then we finally do see our bearish signal set here. Then the EMAs, the 50 and 21 cross the 200, and that's super bearish. We don't really want to be involved with this anymore, specifically as the price is trending down below those moving averages as well. And again, if you were in this, you'd want to be taking your profits along the way so long before this, and you don't really want to be entering here. And if you do, you're definitely taking your profits here, right? But you can't expect this large of a move to incur from here upwards again, right? Like you can only go up so far, specifically in a single day, without cooling off. And even if it is multi-day, you're going to get these periods of pullback, consolidation, and then you'll see if the strength continues into the future. So the volume on this was absolutely ridiculous today, through the roof, in comparison to its average 101 million shares being traded, which is too many shares. So the volume here is really good, and I think we'll definitely probably see some more of this come next week. Moving on, a ticker we did play and did really, really well for ourselves was TMDE in one of our, I think, first plays of the morning. We see the run, we see it break down, but then it reclaims VWAP, and this is the difference between Toro, right? Is it was above VWAP and didn't break down, whereas the other one opened up and broke down, right? So here our swing is still the body of this candle as our low. Entry is this candle breaking VWAP, and then the next candle opening above it, right? So that's going to be really important for us. And, we do get a massive trade here. It was almost too fast. I think I went to the washroom or something. Our 1-to-1 actually got scaled out at a 2.55, which is really nice. 33% trade here. And then we go into our regular hours where we had OP. I did not trade this either. It did have some movement pre-market, really volatile, so I didn't really pay attention to it. And I did end up working on my YouTube channel, so we kind of missed a lot of the midday runners today. But you see it just doing its thing. This is gross. This is gross. This is gross. I don't really want to be involved in any of this. But it did find some strength and held trend through VWAP, retested hold, retested hold, retested hold, new highs, and then broke down again though, right? So at this point you're like, well, this is just not trading and it can't hold VWAP. And I think that's why it runs so nicely, is that, eventually it does, and does again. And just a massive move here late this afternoon into close, and a little bit into after hours. We'll see some sell-off now. So, again, this is another marine shipping company. So it's like, they're moving bulk products around, oil, like some of them are grain and coal. It really depends. Iron, coal, grains, yeah. So not all of it is oil transport, but a lot of it is marine transport. Moving on from that, I think this is my biggest win of the day, AIRO. And again, we see this as, I don't know if this was an IPO or what was going on here, or at DSpec or something, but it's maybe a name change. I don't know. It was a busy afternoon, but we've seen it keep gapping up, right? So we've seen this first gap, we've seen the second gap, and then third gap. And I want to get in on a gap fill strategy. So I want to enter my long position in the gap, right? And we did see that here. I'll scooch this over. And it's crazy because it did hold, right? So we do get in on the third gap, and I wanted it to enter this gap. That's why we've got it drawn, but it didn't. It just gapped up again, and I don't want to chase it because I never know when it's going to gap down, right? Like if you chased here, you would have got burned. So I do wait until the price enters the gap. I like the consequent encroachment or 50% mark of the gap. So our entries here, our stop loss is below the gap, right? That's a setup that I'm comfortable playing with predefined risk, not chasing, getting in on a trend retest, I hope. And it did turn a little bit red on me, but our stop loss is at the appropriate spot. We reclaim VWAP, which probably should have been where I entered to begin with, but I kind of got in right at the break of it here. And then our 1-to-1 halted, so we didn't get to scale here until it opened, which is kind of good because it opened up for us. And then we have the same thing on a smaller scale here, where we open this gap and then we go into the gap. You could have had an entry here with a stop below, just like we did here, right? Entry in the gap with a stop below the gap. And then, this was a really nice trade for us. This would have been our 1-to-1. We end up getting a 1.6, which is great, and that's 15%. And then our next one as a 2-to-1, because we keep scaling out, selling 75% typically, and then another 5% here at 2-to-1, and so on and so forth, just kind of bleeding out those runners, which is great. This is like a nice 20% trade. And then again here with another 5% at a 3-to-1 at 30%. I think a hair in my glasses. It's tickling my nose. And then, we do get the 4-to-1 as well, which is absolutely crazy at 40%. And then our last 5%, the king trade, 48%, 5-to-1 risk reward, which is very, very cool off of what we considered a safe entry with predefined risk that we were okay with. And we do get that breakout and new high, which is cool. An aggressive sell-off, though, which is why, you protect your trade initially, and then you start to really collect those profits by scaling out. And you do want to scale out on the way, because if you're like, well, nothing runs forever. So if you have that mentality, you're going to get caught in something, and there goes all your profits now, right? Which is a bummer. So other than that, the gap fill, it held. It held. Oh my golly. You could have re-entered, stop below, same as you did before, scalp it up. Gap is holding, and we're above the gap. So you can see the importance of kind of drawing out these levels. And I like this trade as long as this gap holds, right? As long as we don't break below it, I like it. And if we do break below it, I don't like it until we break above it. I won't enter in the gap like I will here. Like here, we're entering in the gap. Here we would enter in the gap. But if we break below and then retrace back in, we don't enter in that gap until we break the upper band of it again, right? Okay, so those are just kind of my rules for a play like this when you see a stock halting up a whole bunch, right? Because you can still get in, get a piece of the pie while being appropriate. So this was our nicest trade of the day. URGN didn't get in on this, and just what a behemoth. This had some news. We'll have to maybe figure that out. Yesterday gapping up, after hours running, pre-market today consolidating, and then just kind of all day marching up, but then did die down. And this is like a really big stock, 550 million. So sometimes we don't get involved with that. Another stock we didn't play, but kind of seen on the scanners throughout the regular trading session, CGTL. And this was something we played the other day after hours, if you remember that. This is kind of messed up, but I don't know why it does that when the day goes by. We did have a really nice trade here after hours, getting in scaling and then going to London as well. And then we had some runners, but must have closed them out in the morning here on our main account. I did not update this, unfortunately. Um, I might even close it out yesterday or something. I should have that marked. My apologies. But it was on the chart today as well, but a massive sellout. And this is because, let's go down here. It's located in Hong Kong. So you'll see sometimes Asiatic stocks have aggressive liquidation phases where there should be, maybe a stop here, a halt, but it just bleeds down. And, they have aggressive moves upwards, right? Like we were at 90 cents all the way up to 260. But that staircase can elevate her down, right? So really dangerous, which is why it's important to protect yourself, get in, get out. Sometimes don't even play stocks that are from China, Hong Kong, right, Singapore, things like this, right? So they're risky biscuits. Moving on, after hours, we seen some news. Trump saying that some company should buy EchoStar here. I don't know. 4 billion company, but it's got the news behind it. So, basically just a gap up, see if it holds. We'll watch it on Monday. We had a nice trade here after hours on DFLI, just hitting volume scanners. Jumping up, going down, holding VWAP, right? Not breaking down too much. So we see the breakout that we're going to play here. We draw the top, draw it over. This candle breaks through. We are a little slow, but we get in on the next one because it could just reject down. So we want to wait to see where it opens. Get in on it. Stop loss is below, that volumetric candle that just swung up. And, our 1-to-1 easy. I think I went to go get a drink here, so I kind of missed my exit. But we did get lucky, and we scaled out at a 2-to-1 risk reward, and then getting stopped out, when we break VWAP here. I don't like this. As soon as we break VWAP, I'm out. The same as when we break through VWAP, I like to get in. And then, we see it just kind of bleed down here. So a nice play to close out the day for us. And then one more was moving. BATL. Volume really kind of faded down here, though, so not playing it. And mostly just adding it to our watch list for Monday, right? This is what we do with our after hours plays. Typically, if we can get a quick scalp, sure, go for it. We had some nice levels here on our 4 hour, I think we grabbed them from, right? 4 hour moving to 100, and we see it rejecting here. We see another liquidity rejection up top, and then we have this as our 1 day 50 moving average, right? So that's kind of where we're getting our levels here, and we did get there, which is nice on that scale out before pushing back down, right? So that was my day for, what is it, Friday the 13th, Freaky Friday. Pretty busy day. I wanted to take it a lot slower than I did. I think we had like 1, 2, 3, 4 green trades and 2 red trades. One of which we protected ourselves with really nicely on our exits on Toro, right? We didn't push this. We kind of got out early, which is, that is the importance of this. Oh no, it wasn't Toro we got out early. One of them we got out early. I talked about it earlier. Indo? It was one of these oil stocks. Hmm. Oh, it was on the top chart. That's why. There's an oil stock in the morning. I'm positive. Well, maybe I've lost my mind. I'm certain that we played an oil stock this morning and cut it early. I'm going to go through them one more time. Feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Put on my regular. It's so bright out, though. I need my reading glasses, my old man glasses. Okay, not you. There it is. It's crazy. I couldn't see that earlier, man. So again, the swing low did end up being our stop here. Not risking it all the way to the bottom, right? So sometimes you can get out a little early. We did get a little green, but it broke down on us. We see the reversal signal setting in a bearish manner. So we don't like that, and we see this key level give out. That's like a break of structure at the time, right? This lower, well, this low is giving way to what will now be a lower low, higher low, same low. Next one's going to be a lower low. Why even wait to get there, get out, right? Okay, I'm glad we found that. I thought I was losing my mind there a little bit. So that was the entirety of our day. The broader market, I think did pretty good this morning and then pulled back really aggressively into this afternoon. Yesterday we had the Iran conflict kind of ignite, markets recovered, and then I think there was some retaliation by Iran this afternoon. So bleeding down, hopefully that kind of cools down over the weekend, and we'll reassess come Monday. Oakley dokley. So that's all for me. Thanks for listening to the rambling, and I'm just kind of enjoying my journey along this path. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.